what's up, below? Hope everyone is doing well. I have been moving around a considerable amount, but now that it is officially April, and therefore hopefully meaning spring is on the way, I thought I would take a minute today to share with you my spring TBR, which are the books that I am looking forward to reading before we get to June. So for quite a few years now, I have worked for festivals, and because the festival season is in the summertime, I try and get as much reading done as I can between April and the beginning of June. And so this is what I'm looking forward to reading. Firstly, The Arcadians. This is by Lloyd Alexander, who is the author of the Prydain Chronicles, which is one of my favorite children's series. And I got this at a library book sale many years ago. This is a children's novel, and I have been meaning to read it for a long time, and this seems like an easy one that I can sort of push through, at least as we start to get more light outside and the days start to get longer. It involves a boy named Lucien, who is a bean counter in this city, and he discovers that there is some corruption in the levels of government, and once he discovers that, the folks he counts the beans for set out to kill him, so he escapes with a donkey who is actually a person, and they gather all kinds of friends on the way, and so I've already started this and I am looking to finish it. My next book is a book that I've also already started reading, Toujours Provence by Peter Mayle, and this is the second book in a set of three, which are all nonfiction. It's from the author's perspective of his time living in Provence with his wife. He is a Londoner and they moved to Provence, and this is a collection of really silly stories, not silly in like a adventurous kind of way, but as a writer he is able to describe the unusual cultural things that happen to them in a bit more of a fun and entertaining way. My grandmother gave these books to me. She gave me the second and the third book. I've not read the first one, which is A Year in Provence, and so I sort of need to do a little bit of backtracking, but as I said, I've already started this already. It's really lovely, just very short bits of their life that you sort of get to look into with this. I'm really enjoying this so far, and I'm excited to sort of hop back and read the first one so I can give this one a little bit more context. Not something I normally like to do, read books out of order, but given the fact that I was given these, it seemed sensible to just sort of go straight into them. Like I said, I also have the third. This one is by the same author and is called Encore Provence, so equally as excited to get to this one after I finish the first and then can move on to the third. So another book that I'm going to attempt, but frankly I don't know how successful I'm going to be, is The Interestings by Meg Wolitzer. I got this for free from someone in my office, and I have heard about this book a considerable amount. I know a number of people who have read it and loved it. It's been recommended to me on countless occasions. I have read the YA book, Baljar, which I also think is by Meg Wolitzer, and I did not love it. And so I'm a little hesitant to read this as well, just from what I understand about it. It's a group of 6 friends who all meet at summer camp and sort of in the 70s and get on their way through this interesting struggle of art and class and power and all things that sound really interesting, but I did not love the way that the other book that I read of Meg Wolitzer's was written, and so I just have my misgivings about this, and like I said, this has been recommended to me time and time again, and there's a reason that I haven't picked it up. It's because every time I read the back and flip through the first couple pages, I'm not really drawn into it, but I figured if it was given to me, I might as well try and make the effort, so we'll see how well I do with this. Also, Jeffrey Eugenides has praised this book right on the front here, I've just noticed, so if he's got good things to say about it, having met him and having read his stuff, I think that that's probably a good sign, but we'll see if I agree with him. Lastly, the book that I am perhaps the most excited to read is The Power by Naomi Alderman. I ordered this while I was still doing my master's and accidentally had it shipped to the wrong country, and long story short, I finally got my hands back on the copy that I had ordered, and I'm really excited to read this. This is about a society in which women and girls suddenly discover that they have this colossal power, and how that plays out and how they go to use that in the society in which they live, because that's something that you have to harness about whether or not to execute over other people, and I think that is going to be a really interesting commentary on the society in which we live. So really looking forward to this, have been looking forward to it for a long time, excited to get to it after I finish my journeys through Provence and the ancient Greek hills. If you have read any of the books that I have talked about and I'm about to embark on, please do let me know down in the comments. I would love to see what you think. As always, everything that you want to know about us is down below, and I hope you are having lovely weeks and lovely lives, and we'll see you again very soon. It seems like a way less zany version of Wet Hot American Summer, so